Do you ever think about why you do the things that you do? I realize motivation and discipline is all you need to be your best. What is up, y'all? So I haven't spoken to y'all in such a long time. I've been getting my life together because I've been doing 75 hard, and I am just so glad that I have been doing it. It is motivating, it's discipline, it's all the many things. So then today, I ended up going to watch the New York City Marathon. And when I say that one instance has changed my thought process on a lot of things. I was already in the mindset to be disciplined because I've been doing 75 hard, but it really made me really think about what hard work and discipline can really, get you to do. One of my good friends is running the marathon in Hawaii, and I'm hoping and praying that I am able to go there to see her, because when I say watching those people, there were people out there who did not have legs. There were people out there who couldn't walk and had someone push them 26 miles. There were women out there that was, her trainer brought tears to my eyes. She is 70 years old, and this is her 49th marathon. 49th! 49th marathon. And I have the audacity to not have discipline about a lot of different things. But it has improved immensely because I have been doing this 75 hard challenge. But that's not what I wanted to talk to y'all about today, because I really want people to understand a little bit more about the vegan space and the vegan lifestyle. So I'm going to tell you the 9 things that I've learned, and each thing that I've learned is part of my journey of being 9 years strong in this space. If you don't know who I am, I'm Angela Yvonne. I am your vegan insider. I'm your vegan concierge. I'm your person that you want to watch and see, just how this lifestyle really can be. And it is a life of abundance. It's not a life of lack, even though people make it seem like it is when it actually isn't. So I'm going to be meal prepping, because meal prepping is part of my 75 hard. But I am going to be talking to you at the same time, because you just had to be there. You really had to be there. I'm just still in awe. I'm still in awe. It's motivated me so much that I feel like I'm going to do a 5K in 2026, because I've done the Spartan race already, and that was in 2014. And I trained hard for it. And there were people there that didn't have a leg. There was people that didn't have an arm, all those different things. But that's going to be another video. That has to be another conversation. But today, right now, I'm going to tell you the 9 things that I wish I knew before I became vegan. And I really hope that this will motivate you and put some discipline behind you crossing over to the green side. So I've never made split pea stew before, but it is part of my menu plan, because I'm going to lose 20 pounds by December 31st. That is my goal. The whole goal is 50 pounds, but I'll be happy going into the new year 20 pounds lighter. So let me get what I need to get done. So I gotta get all this done. It's daylight savings time, and it doesn't hit. It's 6 o'clock. It is 6 o'clock. All right. Let me chop up my onions, because I have to saute that stuff first. Yeah. So, let's get into what I've learned my 9 years as a vegan. All right. So, let me cancel that. I don't need to turn it on until I got my stuff together. Anywho, so the first thing I want people to know about becoming vegan: the rules are not real. And when I say that, is that when I first became vegan, I didn't really have anybody to tell me what it was. I was living in a small town. I had never met a vegan. Didn't know what a vegan was supposed to do. So I had to wing it. And my story goes is that I just eliminated food groups until I decided that I was going to jump head first into being a vegan, and then I was no animal products whatsoever for 30 days. But people will try to tell you that there's only one way of becoming vegan. People will try to, intimidate you, overwhelm you with everything that you got going on. First of all, you're already going to be a mess because you're learning a whole new lifestyle. And that's what people don't understand. When you are learning a whole new lifestyle, it's going to be overwhelming for you. Because you go from, I can go into the grocery store and get whatever I want, to, let me read these ingredients and see, is there any suffering in it? It's like night and day. And yes, you're going to make mistakes. There is no true reason or no real law on how to become vegan. A lot of times the people who are talking to you about it, they've been in the life for a long time, and they've also been in the life where they had a lot of options compared to, they also lived in a life where there wasn't a lot of options compared to now. So they actually had to make their own soy milk. They actually had to make their own cheese. They actually had to, just do things that you don't have to do right now because everything is of convenience. So yeah, they a little salty. And they feel that they were there first and everyone should just be, like they are. But you go at your own pace. You learn however you learn. And I always tell people, I don't care how you get over here, just as long as you get over here and you make an effort. Number 2, veganism does not mean healthy. If you're eating processed vegan, it's the same as if you were eating red meat and carrying on. It does the same thing to the body. What I like to tell people, if it's not from the ground, you put it down. Whole foods is healthy foods. Whole foods are healthy foods. Anytime it needs assistance with the process and, your Impossible Burgers and all of those different things, those are good for training wheels. And I tell people those are transition foods. Those are not foods for you to just consistently just feed up on and call yourself vegan and then wonder why you have high cholesterol or high blood pressure or diabetes or things of that nature. Process is processed. And I wish that people would not affiliate the vegan junk food with how the lifestyle truly is. If it's whole foods, it's healthy, it's good for you. If it's processed, I'm not telling you not to eat processed, but I'm telling you that processed is not necessarily in the realm of what the vegan lifestyle is about. and the vegan lifestyle is that you're eating foods and not causing suffering to yourself, the planet, or animals. Those are your pillars. Those are your guidelines. Anything out of that, you have to read the ingredients. You have to know what you're putting in your body, and it has to be intentional, and you have to be focused about it, because there's just so much going on with food nowadays. You really have to be, aware of the things, because there's trickery. Like, for instance, the word plant-based. Plant-based means the base is plants. That means that they can slide in some animal products if that's what they're going to do. So it's really important that you understand that when you are crossing over to the green side and you're wanting to be vegan, that means no animal products whatsoever. None. So all that chopping was doing a bit much, and you probably couldn't even hear me. Number 3. I'm in here. This is so chaotic, but it's just something that I really feel like it is necessary, because the new year is coming up and everyone is wanting to start a new lifestyle. And, I'm really grateful and I'm really thankful for this lifestyle. It has changed my life. I've been able to do a lot of different things. But I also, in the 9 years that I've been vegan, there's been a lot of misconceptions and a lot of just rules and things that are just all over the place. And these are the things that has helped me. These are the things that I know for sure to be true. So let's get back into it. Number 3, people will try to out-vegan you. And what I mean by out-vegan you, it goes back to what I was saying before, where people, they've been in the life maybe probably 10 years, 11 years, 15 years, 20 years, all those different things going on. And with you being a new, person who is wanting to explore the lifestyle, they will be quick to, turn their nose up about certain things. Like, one thing in particular is leather. Now, for me, I feel that you should not purchase leather, because that goes into, the harming of the animals, that goes into suffering. But if the leather is already out there, would you rather for it to go into a pit where the earth can't digest it, or would you rather recycle? For me, hit the thrift stores if you need a leather jacket that bad. And there is a lot of new vegan leather that is coming out, as far as fashion, because every year they get better with working with the materials. Like, there are materials like pineapples, cactus, things of that nature that they are working on in order for it to be as durable as real leather. For me, I'm not going to jump down your back if you have leather on, and I'm not going to give you a dissertation about it, because for me, if it's already purchased, you've already had it, why would you just throw it away? I had someone that I knew, when she crossed over, she gave away all her Louis Vuitton bags. She gave away all of her Louis Vuitton bags. Mind you, she had owned them for over 5 years, but she gave them away. Girl, the way I would not care if they were already purchased. But this lifestyle affects people differently, especially if you are an animal activist, environmentalist. Those are the ones who we call like the vegan police. Those, especially the animal activists. The animal activists are really like on one. Like, I'm not even going to hold you. They're very specific. They're very, they're not really that welcoming. You know what I'm saying? they're very, it's like they feel like they're the cool kids, but they're dry. They feel like they're the cool kids, but they're dry. Animal activists are the ones that are a little bit more strict when you're having those conversations, they'll go into, how many animals are suffering because you're wearing this, and, how does that look? Do you care about animals? Do you, but for me, my reason for coming over here was because of health reasons. My mother had gotten breast cancer, and even though I've been in the life for 9 years, I do understand the other parts, because there's 3 ways you can cross over here. You can do it for health, you can do it for animals, you can do it for the environment. And once you get into, say you come in as an animal activist, you learn more about the health, you learn more about the environment. If you come in as an environmentalist, activist, you learn about the animals, you learn about health. But for me, health is your only currency. Health is your only currency. And so that is where my passion lies, especially in our community. I really want them to understand that they don't have to eat for survival anymore, in so many words. Because a lot of times that the food that they are eating and they've passed on through generations and generations and generations, they forgot how to adapt with the times. So a lot of them have diabetes, a lot of them have high blood pressure, just all kinds of different types of diseases, because they won't let go of the pig feet, the chitlins, the pork chops, the fried this, the fried died, laid to the side, all these different things. So that is one of the things with people will try to out vegan you, because once they've been in the life for a long period of time, they seem to forget that at one time they were new too. Child, I'm running my mouth, and I need to get this done because it's 7:02. Number 4, you learn to eat to nourish your body versus eating to be full. You know what I'm saying? Because when you start eating a lot of vegetables and starting to read the ingredients, you start to hear your body a little bit louder. Because, when I was eating meat, I didn't hear any voice. I didn't hear a voice. I was greedy, and I ate till I was full. I didn't eat to nourish my body. And a lot of times, I hope I don't cut my finger. We are not taught that in our communities. We're taught to, what did your grandmother say? You better clean that plate. You better clean that plate. You ain't wasting no food over here. You know what I'm saying? But when you become vegan, you learn to be a little bit more aware of the things that you are putting on your body. You're going to be more aware of the things that you're putting in your body. And your palate is going to change, because you are no longer, eating foods that may not be, good for you. You are now eating foods that are nutritious, and you're eating foods that have, fiber, protein, and things of that nature. So your body is adjusting to that, because a lot of the chemicals that you are ingesting is almost like a cover-up. And it also triggers you to eat more than what you normally would be eating, because the food is so good, and it is, you just can't help yourself. And when you eat all those different types of chemicals, you sort of turn off the clock or the button that would tell you that you had enough. It's almost like you've numbed it. If that's is that the best way. So number 4, you will no longer eat till you're full. You will eat till you are nourished. Child, I'm trying to debate. Am I going to chop these up into squares to roast them, or you know what? I am. Since I already did that. You know what I'm saying? I need to get me some new knives. I need to get some new knives. Number 5. Food is psychological. Food is psychological. You know, I remember when my aunt first got diabetes. I was in high school and we were all asleep. And she woke up and she couldn't feel her legs. She was screaming. She was like, I can't feel my legs. I can't feel my legs. I can't feel my legs. She just kept screaming it. Like it was crazy. It was I still sometimes hear that scream because it was something that I had never heard about. She was in pain, but she couldn't feel her legs. Come to find out, she tricked her body into getting diabetes. Now, sometimes you can be born with diabetes, sometimes you're not. And when you're not and you get diabetes, that means you made your body get diabetes because of the food that you are consuming. And a lot of times we eat foods because, like I said, it was passed down through generations. We don't know any better. We don't care to know any better. But you should ask yourself, why do you eat meat? Like, not because, all my life I've been eating fried chicken and chitlins and collard greens and all this stuff. Ask yourself. Because that's how you find the answers to anything that you want to know. You ask the questions. And a lot of times we are not asking the right questions, or we are not asking questions because we really don't want to know the answer, because once you know the truth, you become responsible. And when you become responsible, you're like, do I really want to give up that mac and cheese? Do I really want to give up them hog maws and them chitlins and things like that? And coming from somebody who was raised in the South, I used to love chitlins and rice. Used to love fried chicken. Oh my God. I used to eat. I'm talking about get with it, eating. I used to do that. But it was all psychological. It's psychological for us to go to McDonald's and Burger King. That's why their marketing team is so amazing. They're like, oh, come through, come get this ice cream, come get this shake, come get. And all the while what we're coming and getting, we're becoming big bags. And we're eating foods that's not even good for our body to digest. Because if it really was meant for us to consume as much meat as we consume, we could eat it raw. I was watching this content creator and he was like, yeah, if you bout it, go outside, catch you a squirrel, eat it. But when people think about it, that they're like, oh no, that was da, 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 da. You should want to watch where you get your food from. If you are consuming your food, if you're consuming meat, you should, one, be able to eat it raw, because the only reason why you're eating plants is because of, the only reason why you're eating animals is because of the plants that are on top of it. You're not eating it raw. Some people might eat rare steak, but it's still cooked a little bit. It's not straight off the bone. You know what I'm saying? It's not straight off the bone. It's not. You need to ask yourself why you eat the types of foods that you eat. Some of us eat food out of comfort. Like, I'm a comfort eater. And when it's a comfort eating, a chip and a dip, hate to see me coming. But because I am in the space where I am wanting to treat myself better and feed myself food that's going to give me the type of energy that I want and the strength that I want to be able to perform in the gym or even just walking up the stairs, I'm eating intentionally. And that's how you should think about veganism. Don't think of it as in it's something that you're going to have to do without, because it's not that. You're eating food. You're nourishing your food. If you need something fried, dilated inside, you can do that with plants. And when you're thinking about what types of foods that you're eating, ask yourself, why am I eating these? Like, sit down and say, am I eating it because I want to be I'm wanting to be comforted? Am I eating it because, and be real, I'm eating it because it tastes good. But I know just because it tastes good doesn't mean it's doing my body good. Because when you look at up until this point, the way that you've been eating, has it allowed you to perform at your best? Because a lot of times we eat this food and you get the itis. That means you got to lay down and go to sleep it off, or I got to walk it off. Food is not supposed to drain your energy. It's not. It's not. It's not. Number 6, the big P word. Now, when you cross over to veganism, the first thing you're going to be wanting to find out is, where do I get my protein? Where do I get my protein? First off, protein is everywhere. It's in your plants and it's in your vegetables. I was interviewing Tori Washington. He is a vegan bodybuilder. He doesn't eat any meat, and he's lean, he's strong, he's flexible, he's all those different things. And he taught me that protein is in fruits and vegetables. The trick is eating enough protein for your particular body type. So if you need 50 grams of protein every day, you need to consume the fruits and the vegetables that's going to give you that. People want to hate on veganism so bad because, one, veganism will help you get healthier. And if you're healthy, you won't be going to the doctors. And if you're not going to the doctors, that means they're going to be out of work. And a lot of doctors are going to school to teach you how to need them. That's what they're going to school for. Because as of late and over the last year or so, they've admitted that they only get a certain amount of hours for nutrition. They get information to keep you on medicine. And then you also have to think about it like this. If I have a headache, you give me medicine. That should cure my headache. That shouldn't be where I got a bottle of this medicine for the headache, but now I got 3 other bottles for what this bottle is going to do to my body because of side effects. I have an aunt who carries around at least 6 to 10 bottles to take care of her diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity, and all these different things, when all she has to do is change how she eats. And that's where it goes back to psychological. Because, I asked her, I was like, instead of always saying you need to lose weight, why don't you do that? You know how to cook. You know how to cook. Well, we don't want to cook 2 different types. But you would rather have 6 to 10 bottles of medicine that you got to carry around, and you walk around out of breath. But you don't want to make sure you eating greens and sweet potatoes and black beans. Okay, girl. Number 7. Veganism is not that expensive. Now, that has been a running conversation piece as long as I have been vegan, probably even longer. They say that, it's for, the Caucasians. It's for people who has wealth. It's for all these different other people but you. that doesn't even make sense. Groceries are expensive whenever you eat processed. That's whether it's vegan, whether it's not vegan. That adds to your grocery bill because you have to pay for the people who made this product. Fresh is always best. I'm a sucker for a twofer. Like, for instance, garbanzo beans hate to see me coming. But if you go into the grocery store, you can buy them dry, you can buy them in bulk, which is almost, you might as well say that's the same thing. But, a bag of garbanzo beans is probably $2. Bulk is probably, I don't know, $8.99 a pound. I don't know how, because I never buy garbanzo beans in bulk. I buy them by the can. And without fail, there's always a 4 for $5. Or there's a 5 for $5. Without fail. So I end up getting 10 cans of garbanzo beans, which I can use in curries, I can use in sandwiches, I can use them in salads, I can use them in wraps, I can use them in soups, I can use them for a plethora of things. When you become vegan, you also become aware of how much fresh things are going to cost you. Frozen is just as good as fresh, and there's always a 2 for 2. Or a 2 for 3, or a 3 for 4, or 5 for 3, or whatever. They always have enough where you can buy enough and make sure that they have multiple uses. My grocery bill normally, and it's just for me, but whenever I make food, I make it to last me at least 3 to 4 days. And that's if I am not being greedy and learning how to portion control. But my bill, if I'm not buying any kind of condiments or any kind of, if I get a inkling to have a chicken nugget or something like that, because one bag of those is like $9.99, I could sustain myself on a $50 a week grocery bill. I can sustain myself for a week on a $50 a week grocery bill. That's if I'm eating just fresh foods, not getting any kind of condiments, no kind of process, just sticking to my list for me to meal prep. $50 a week. It's propaganda. It's propaganda. And you can eat good anywhere. And I know that there's probably, some of you probably watching and saying, oh, I live in a food desert. Dollar Tree, I go there to get my smoothie packs. They used to be $1, now they're $1.25, but still, it's still cheaper. And it is a way for you to at least get started. Because once you get started, you start to, I feel like the universe just puts things in your place where you can, operate the way that you're supposed to operate. It's just waiting for you to take the first step. So Dollar Tree, they have garbanzo beans, they have corn, they have black beans, they have rice, they have dry rice. They have, I see a lot of people grocery shopping there, but, they ain't buying all the good stuff. But they have frozen vegetables there. They have canned vegetables there. And yes, that might not be the healthiest, but at least it's a start for you who are in the food deserts. At least it is a start. There's Stop and Shops, there's Aldi's, there's Littles. I'm seeing them popping up all over the place. Those are budget-friendly places. Shop local. Farmers markets. Those will be your best friends because the farmers market is cheaper than the regular store and you're giving back to your community. So, number 7, veganism is not that expensive. Okay. Ciao. I'm just running my mouth. Okay, I got 13 minutes on my split pea. I'm meal prepping, y'all, because I'm getting these 20 pounds off me before the end of the year. But anywho, number 8. Life is more abundant when you are focused on what you're really trying to do, and whenever you're not causing any kind of suffering. Because I don't know if you believe in karma, but there's no reason for you to be causing suffering in order for you to have the luxuries of life. You can have beauty products without causing any harm to animals. You can eat good, you can look good, you can feel good. All of these things you can get accomplished without harming any animals or harming the planet. Right now, we are not doing a good job with our planet. It's been a lot more flooding. It's snowed in Houston. I think it snowed in Florida at once. And the flooding is getting worse and worse each year. That is because of the animals that we are consuming and the greenhouse emissions going up and chipping away in the atmosphere. We need to be a little bit more concerned about how our actions affect more than who we are. Life can be in abundance if you are not harming the animals, the planet, or yourself. Because if you're harming yourself, you're no good to anybody anyway. Last but not least, it's only hard if you want it to be. Now, watching documentaries and things of that nature will definitely be of help to you, because this is a new world. You not eating any meat is a new world, and I understand. For me, that's why I created the 3M method: meatless Mondays, meatless meals, meatless months. And if you can fall up underneath that and make it an adventure, make it something that is not like, oh my God, what am I going to do? No, it should be like, oh, I get to treat my body better. I get to, you eating vegetables and fruits is a thank you to your body for showing up for yourself. It's a thank you to the universe. It's a thank you to the environment, that you care enough that you don't want to harm the environment, because this is the place that we live. Where are you going to go? You going to Mars with the rich people because that's what they're planning? You going underground with the rich people because that's what they're planning after they damage everything? You have to think about your actions, and you have to think about how it affects different things. And I think that, once you find your why, as in why you want to, why you don't want to, because those are two different questions on different sides of the coin. Why don't you want to eat better? Why do you want to consistently eat, the way that you're eating? Do you feel good? Do you look good? You know what I'm saying? We need to start asking ourselves questions and not being afraid of the answers. And those are the things that I'm learning every day, 9 years in. And I'm still learning. I'm still learning new things. I'm still learning how to cook. That should be number 10. I wasn't checking to cook. But now that I know that I am in charge of the things that I am consuming, I cook. And I'm tired of being a big bag. Because if I rest and just eat and consume different things that I know may or may not be good for me, I'm going to be in the big bag university forever. But yeah, know that this journey is yours. No one can take away or give to you how you are going to thrive and survive in this space. I'm telling you that once you get your groove, it will change your life. It'll change how you feel. It'll change how you treat yourself. It'll change how you treat others. What are some of the things that you've learned from this video and some of the things that you've learned about yourself on your journey to be meat free? Sound off below, and I will see you in the next video.